Anime Declassified is a podcast run by the Anime Secrets website. Check us out at animesecrets.org for more anime, video game, tokusatsu content. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Hey guys, Joshua Seth here, voice of Tai on Digimon, and you're listening to Anime Declassified.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Anime Declassified podcast. I'm your host, Rizwan Merchant, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Frankie Halsworth, and we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Daima Episode 1.
Hell yeah.
So, I guess we can kind of get into it, Frankie.
So, I have a lot to say before we even talk about the episode.
I do too. I just want to start off by asking you, though, what were your thoughts of Daima with the trailers before we even get to Episode 1? Like, what did you hear? What did you know? And what were your expectations walking into it?
I'll be 100% real with you. I didn't watch most, if not all, of the trailers. I knew it was happening. My biggest question was, did we not learn from GT?
In what way do you mean?
Let's turn Goku into a kid again. Okay. For sure.
I mean, I thought honestly that it was okay. Like the logic of the plot was fine when we get to the episode, but yeah, when I first saw the trailer in the media, I was like, "What are we doing? Why are we doing this again?"
So, my big question was, where does it take place in the timeline?
Exactly.
We know now.
That was me too. We know now, but at the time, okay. So when I first started watching the trailers and all that, I was under the impression that not necessarily a reboot, but a soft reboot, like
Yeah.
maybe certain events wouldn't happen, maybe this would pick up in an alternate timeline. Like I thought honestly that we were going back to Dragon Ball. I thought we were going to wipe out all of Z, all of Super, and just go back to the basics.
That would have been something.
But that's not what we got. So
To clarify, this takes place after Majin Buu, but before Beerus. So
yeah.
I
So
have a big question about that.
okay, hit me.
Now, refresh my memory. It's been a while since I've watched Battle of Gods.
Okay.
Were the Supreme Kai and Kibito still fused in Battle of Gods?
I don't remember. I haven't watched Battle of Gods in quite some time either.
I can't remember when they defused. Because I
That's a
know they
great
do
question.
defuse. I just can't remember when.
Yeah. No, I have no
So
idea.
feel free to let us know. Because I haven't watched Battle of Gods in a while.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen Battle of Gods in quite some time. But yeah, so do you want to get into the episode and we can start asking the other questions I have?
Yeah, so first things first. The animation is phenomenal. Oh my god. It looks fantastic. And way better than Super. Way better than Super animation wise, right off the bat. But now to get into the substance. This series, from what I gathered from the first episode, is focusing a lot on the demon realm. And like I guess they were followers of Deborah, but because Deborah's dead, this new guy who I honestly don't remember his name, the little weird looking dude, you know who I'm talking about. And
Yeah, Degetsu?
yes, I guess he's the new demon lord. And they were watching basically, they were doing a recap of the Majin Buu saga. And they were like, why are these people strong enough to destroy Majin Buu? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn them into children. And apparently,
Didn't
the Supreme Kai's brother and sister are demons. Okay.
like okay, so I didn't know. Okay, so let me back up a second here. And let me give a quick refresher on where I am in terms of Dragon Ball fandom and what I remember. So I watched Dragon Ball Z. It was one of my first anime ever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like when I was a little kid, I watched the stuff day in, day out. It was like my obsession. But I haven't really watched the entirety of Z since like mid Toonami run, like whenever Toonami stopped the runs, you know?
It's been that long since you've watched Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I mean, I it didn't matter because I knew the story so well up until the Boo Saga. The Boo Saga is where I'm a little bit more forgetful right now,
Yeah,
but Frieza, Cell, I know all that stuff like the back of my hand.
right.
When we get to the Boo Saga, and it's unfortunate to me, Frankie, because a lot of this episode deals with events from Boo and that saga.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like, um, what do I do with what do I do?
yeah. It's a very abridged recap of the Majin Buu saga.
It is, and it's nice that we got that because I honestly would have been so lost if we didn't get that, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, if
So
you're behind on your Majin Buu lore, well, there you go.
yeah, no, I mean it works out well. You know, it
So
helps.
this episode, Goku and the gang are very, very seldom involved, which is weird. I'm sure episode 2 onward we're gonna see a lot more of them, but you don't see a lot of Goku and the others in this episode.
Well, I mean, the thing I like about this episode the most though is that so you know how a lot of like different anime or TV shows have like that intro where they have like the song play and they have like all the characters come on screen and you kind
They
of see
don't
like
have that at all in
there,
this.
there is no intro to this. And honestly, if you ask me, this felt like a movie. This could have been like another Battle of the Gods or
There
whatever to
very
me,
well might
honestly.
be an intro in the next episode.
Oh, there will be. I already know that's a thing, but I do like that it didn't do it here. It kind of like just set the tone of this is going to be a little bit different in terms of like story.
Now,
And
one thing I did like, the villains straight up knew they can't beat Goku, they can't beat Vegeta, they can't beat Gohan. So I'm gonna turn them into kids so they don't mess with the demon realm. Yippee! So at least there's a practical reason why they're being turned into kids compared to GT where it was a complete accident.
yeah, I mean, I like that they had a game plan going into this
It's like the
on
demon
how they're
realm
going
was
to do
like,
it.
we're not gonna be able to beat these guys.
Yeah, no, no, not even close to it.
Mm-mm.
But
Uh,
yeah, so just to
something
oh, go
that they
ahead.
imply that I have questions about. Namekians are from the demon realm?
Okay. I was gonna ask you if that was ever mentioned in Dragon Ball.
So in the original Dragon Ball, initially they say Demon King Piccolo is a demon. Later it's revealed he was an alien. But now they're going back to he was a demon? Like, are Namekians demons or aliens? Because they have a whole planet that Goku defeats Frieza on.
Well, okay, so why can't it be both?
I don't know how they would
Okay,
be in
so
the demon realm and have their own planet.
hear me out. Hear me out. Could it be that you have Namekians that came out of the demon world? Like that's where all Namekians came from. Like a colony of them left the demon world. They went to the outside world, as they call it in Daima, and they founded the planet Namek, and they lived their own existence peacefully away from the demon world.
I mean, that's very possible, and that might be the direction they go. But as of this moment, we don't have that answer, so it's just
Because
kind of confusing.
honestly, Frankie, define alien to me. What does alien mean to you?
In
Means
terms of
somebody.
in terms of Dragon Ball, a being from another planet.
Okay, but that just means they're being from another planet. It doesn't say that they're from this universe, right?
I always just assumed they were from another planet. So
Yeah. I
who
mean, and
knows?
they are from planet Namek, but originally going back. It'd be like, okay, let's take me for an example, right? So you know me as an American citizen, right? But
Yes.
my family, we're we're not originally from this country, right? We're from my family's from India. So it's the same kind of logic here, in my opinion.
I mean, did you just compare yourself to Piccolo?
Yes, I
Because you
did.
did. Good job.
I did. You're welcome.
But honestly, though, not a whole lot happens in this episode. Like basically, new bad guys come to our world, come to the main world, steal the Dragon Balls from Dende, and turn everybody into kids. It's not a whole lot that happens here. Which
It's
again, this episode's all set up. Nothing's really happened yet.
it's still cool to kind of see the world building to give us an idea about how the demon world works, you know?
The thing that got me was that Supreme Kai's siblings are evil.
I but see, like that's part of it is like we had that heavenly world where the Kais come from, right? We never really saw the inverse of that, really.
Yeah.
So
So
why couldn't that be a thing?
I just it was something I never thought about, but here we are.
And I do want to say this is Akira Toriyama's work. You know, like this is
Yeah.
his last work he's ever gonna do because
Hmm.
he passed away, unfortunately. May he rest in peace. Among all the Dragon Balls in the world, and he has all the wishes and all that good stuff. But he is no more. This is his final work. And honestly, I think for a first episode, this wasn't bad.
No, it's not what you'd be if you're a fan of like Dragon Ball Z, high octane action. You ain't getting it in this episode. I don't even know if you're gonna get it in Dragon Ball Daima. I couldn't tell you.
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily need action all the time. Like,
I think it's just
yes.
what fans expect at this point.
And I mean, honestly, you're gonna have action regardless because this is a shonen anime.
But say it's Dragon
So,
Ball, so
right. So you're gonna have action. You're gonna have Goku fight because that's in Goku's nature. That's in Vegeta's nature. Also, can we just take a moment to talk about Vegeta being a kid?
this is gonna be an interesting show. From from what I gather from the poster, it looks like it's gonna mainly focus on Goku and the Supreme Kai,
Yeah.
which is weird. But
Well, it makes sense because the Supreme Kai is related to people
yeah,
in the other side of the equation, so I would
no, I
expect him to be
understand that it
there.
makes sense.
Yeah.
This is never a pairing I would expect,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have Goku because he's Goku. It's Dragon Ball. He's got to be there.
Yeah, no, he has to be there. There's no two ways about that.
Oh, side notes: Daima Goku sucks in Sparking Zero. Don't use him. He's
At
terrible.
some point, Frankie, I'm thinking I'm gonna get Sparking Zero, and I might actually live stream Sparking Zero and show people how terrible I am at this game because I've never played it and I don't really play fighter games anymore. And
It's bro. I don't want to make this a Sparking Zero video, so let's not do that. Let's not talk anymore about Sparking Zero, or I'll be here for hours.
oh boy.
'Cause I have a lot. I have a lot to say.
You know what? Save it for when I do a live stream. We can just talk about Sparking Zero while we watch me fumble through the damn game.
So, how many episodes did they say Daima was? I remember only reading like it's going to be like 12 or so episodes. I don't remember hearing it was going to be that long.
I don't think it's gonna be that long because I don't know. I think it's gonna be a self-contained story because if you think about it, so timeline-wise, right? This is 1 year after the Majin Buu saga, right?
Yeah, it's before
Then
Beerus.
correct. So 2 years later, Beerus arrives. So you only really have 2 years to work with, which is a lot of time in Dragon Ball terms.
But
But also,
I don't think that a lot really would have happened between Daima and Beerus.
no, I don't think a lot's gonna happen here in terms of like earth-shattering, god battles or anything like that. I think this will be a very self-contained saga
Hmm.
where it can take place in the main universe, contrary to my original belief,
Oh,
which
it
is still
absolutely
interesting to
does
me.
take place in the main universe.
Right. And you know how I know that now? Maybe I'm stupid for thinking this way, but the reason I think this takes place in the main universe is that they specifically reference Universe 7 in one of the scenes when they're
Yes.
transporting to the outside world.
Hmm.
That told me this has to be in the main universe, or else they wouldn't go to the trouble of referencing Super.
No, which canonically they don't even know they're in a separate universe yet.
Correct. So the fact that the demons know about it makes sense to me because I guess the demons would know, and I think in Super, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a while since I've watched Super, but the
Like
Kai is new.
the Kais know, yes.
Yeah. So it makes sense to me that the demons and the Kais know about
Yep.
the other universes, and they can navigate saying, "Hey, take me to Universe 7. Take me to what was it, Sector 3?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that." Yeah. But I just want to say, I thought this episode was really awesome. Um, oh wow, we have a person watching this with us, and it's somebody I know from like many years ago.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I fell asleep watching this episode twice.
Dude, how do you fall asleep watching this? It's actually pretty good.
I was just like, I was dozing off, bro.
So, Frankie, according to Skyro the Dragon, who's an old friend of mine, I'm from Universe 4.
Oh, cool.
I don't remember what Universe 4 is, but I'm going to assume it's a good one.
Um, well, they lose the tournament of power, so
Well, everyone lost the Tournament of Power except for
Universe
7.
7. 11 came the closest.
Yeah, no, they did.
Well, that's because they had freaking Mr. Muscle Powerhouse Jiren.
Oh my god. But yeah, so I don't have. This is hard to talk about like for a long time about episode 1 because you're right, not a lot of things really happen, but this opened me up to kind of wanting to at least rewatch the Boo Saga.
If you're
Mm,
going to rewatch Dragon Ball Z, straight up watch Kai.
I okay, that is a debate I'm willing to have right now because I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about this very topic, and I know Kai is like the it has less filler, it's more streamlined and all that good stuff.
It's also
But
way better dubbed.
right, but at the same time, my childhood is the OG, like Dragon
I
Ball Z.
can't, dude. I can't rewatch the original Dragon Ball Z dub anymore. I
Really,
cannot do it. The dialogue and the voice direction actually make me mad.
really.
It's go watch just as a for whoever might be watching this later. Watch the original I am I am line between Super Saiyan Goku and Frieza, and then watch the Kai version. You'll immediately know which one's better.
Okay. I'll have to make you give me the video later on to watch or something.
Yeah, you'll watch that and you'll be like, okay, Kai's better.
Also, you're from Universe 10 according to Skyro the Dragon.
Oh.
I
Why?
don't know.
Why can't
Also,
I be from one of the cool universes, like 11, 6, or 7?
also, this is not really a spoiler in my opinion because it does make sense in terms of the what we got in episode 1. But when I went to a convention 2 weeks ago called Animeverse Fest in Houston,
What?
and they had Kyle Aber who played Gohan, and they had Michelle Rojes who played Kale in attendance, and they did like a whole panel, which I uploaded on an Anime Secrets YouTube, like maybe yesterday or day before.
Oh, nice.
And one of the things that I found interesting was we talked about Daima for a few minutes in that panel, and Kyle Aber actually says nobody called him to come back and reprise Gohan, which at the time I thought was kind of weird that they're not going to have him reprise um, Gohan. But then watching episode 1, I was like, oh wait,
Gohan
this.
very well might not even be in it.
Well, okay, so the episode begins the episode began with the Boo stuff, but when the episode focused on the Z fighters, Goku very ominously said, "Gohan is kind of avoiding us right now, and he's off studying." So that was my first indication that okay, Gohan's not involved in this. But then if you listen to the exchange, the conversation between Dagesu and Senran when they're making the whisk,
Hmm.
they very specifically say, turn everyone to children, and Senran says, what about the kids? What do we do with them? Because they're already first graders. And he says, turn them into babies.
Yeah, but
So
see, Gohan.
Gohan's an adult, but I'm wondering if Senran made a oopsie and made him a baby.
I mean, because
Or,
Gohan at this point would only be 17.
yeah. So, okay, so either Gohan is in this and he's being voiced by Stephanie,
I
or he
wanted to
is a
talk
baby.
about that. Thank you for bringing that up. So,
Okay, go ahead. Hit
I
me.
does if you guys are watching, you prefer dub over sub? I'm pretty sure the dub is coming out on Netflix next week.
Yes, it is.
And the original voice actress for Goku from Dragon Ball, what is her, Stephanie something?
Stephanie, I can't say her last name very well.
Nadani, I think, or something,
Nadolny.
is
Um,
reprising Goku.
yeah.
And I'm gonna make a hot take, controversial topic right now. I
Oh
love
God.
her as Goku, but I like the Kai one better for Gohan.
I don't remember the voice differences that much to know.
But I just my here's my thing, and I've tried to explain to so many people. I don't think Goku and Gohan should have the same voice.
No, that I agree with.
So I
Um,
like, and I've always thought that Stephanie's voice fit Goku better than Gohan.
and that's probably true. And I honestly, so again, remember, I've never really watched Kai,
You should.
so I might do that. That might be something I do. Like, I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna have time for it with all the stuff I have going on right now with other podcasts and stuff. But I'm gonna try and watch some Kai at some point. I think I need to bring in Regina King to voice Gohan, according to Skyward Dragon. Who is Regina King?
It's not the Ocean dub Gohan, maybe?
Um,
I don't know who voices her now. I don't know who voices Kid Gohan now.
I don't know. I don't know who that is, but I don't know. Um, Also, according to him, Kyle Aber made fun of him for a wig falling off at an Akon cosplay contest many years ago.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. So Regina King voices Riley and Huey in the Boondocks.
Oh my god. It's Colleen Clinkenbeard is Gohan
And the Kai, or
and Kai.
okay, okay. I know Colleen, kind of, sort of.
And Stephanie Nadolny or Nadoni, I don't know.
She's actually a really
Is
nice person. I like her.
is Goku and Gohan in the original Funimation
Yeah.
roles. And yeah, she's coming back for Daima, which I think is awesome. I don't know how they got her to do it, but I'm really happy they did.
I mean, it can't be that hard to bring him back, right?
Well, I just don't know why she didn't come back for Kai.
I don't know. It could have been just like a scheduling thing. Too busy with life. Things happen.
Yeah, but and then she was like, "Okay, I'll come back for this one, sure."
Yeah. But yeah, so predictions for the rest of the season, Frankie. What do you think?
Dude, I really don't know. I'm not gonna be able to give you anything like that until I watch the second episode because nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish we had less Boo exposition here. At the same time, I get it. I get why we had it. I just kind of wish that we, you know, um, we had more like to go off of here.
Yeah, I'm hoping Vegeta and Piccolo have roles at least
Yeah,
because you know they're
I, I,
cool.
I will say though, our mutual friend earlier in our group chat did make a good point. This felt a lot like Dragon Ball Z, and I like that. And
I'm gonna have to wait and to see more because like I said, we don't have anything really to go off. This was all set up
yeah, the other thing I want to say is I think this animation is superior to Super.
in every conceivable way.
Yeah, I mean, there's no two ways about that. This was the much better season of like animation for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, not even a question for me. So, kudos to the animation house for doing a great job on it because, oh yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And if
Yeah.
you guys are fans of Dragon Ball Daima, in the Dragon Ball Sparking Season Pass, packs 2 and 3 will all be Daima related. So we're getting a lot of Daima DLC in Sparking Zero.
I guess I have to get Sparking Zero, don't I? It's just a shame that you and I cannot cross-platform play.
I'm assuming they'll patch it in later.
Yeah, like in 2 years or something.
Can
I
your
mean, I read
PC
it.
handle it?
It damn well better.
Because I have the PS5 version.
Well, aren't you fancy and have money?
Yeah.
And no responsibilities.
Uh, basically.
But yeah, I don't have too much else to say about the Dragon Ball Daima episode 1.
I'm
Um,
interested to see where they go with it,
yeah.
and I do want to see the dub. I'm wondering how that's going to turn out. The fact that they're getting it out so quick is mind blowing to me.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if you think about it in terms of other anime industry stuff, which I know you don't really pay attention to because you're you, but
What does
a
that
lot of
mean?
it means you're not really in tune with the anime world.
I'm really not. Despite being on Anime Secrets, guys, I don't watch a whole lot of anime.
Frankie's only here to tell me about toys.
Okay, first off, toys and Dragon Ball, get it together.
Okay, fine. And Digimon.
Yeah, and Digimon. That's like it for anime, though. Like,
Yeah, that's all you do. But um the way it works in the anime world right now, so they have something called simulcast. So Crunchyroll will grab the subs for the new anime coming out in Japan, and they'll get copies of the episodes well in advance to give the voice actors to go dub, so that they can release the sub and the dub at almost the same time, or at the same time.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a real thing. It's been going on for, I don't know, a long time now.
Well,
So that's why you're seeing that happen.
well, this wasn't a thing in the '90s.
No, was not, but now it is.
Yeah,
Congrats.
yeah. That's because I think the original Dragon Ball Z finished in 1996 in Japan, and we didn't get it till like the 2000s.
Dude, I could tell you so many stories about like growing up in the 90s watching Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm going to tell you one right now though. So, when I had first started watching Dragon Ball Z, I watched like from episode 1 when Raditz came down and did all this stuff. Um, but then around like episode 40 or 50, they had a huge pause, right? Like they didn't release any more episodes because of
Yeah, that
contractual
was
deals.
like, didn't Goku beat up the Ginyu Force that would go all the way back to Raditz?
Yes, yes, they did. And they did that for the longest time.
Oh, by the way, we
So,
got new voice actors, and you're finally gonna fight Frieza.
yeah, so what happened was around the same time, I'm going to date myself here a little bit, but Scar the Dragon, I mean, he's older, I think, but
I'm
um
not that much younger, to be fair.
no, you're not. But I was on we had America Online back then for internet.
Oh my god, AOL! Holy crap!
So we had AOL, and I was like, and I was like, just a stupid fanboy, just wanting to know more about Dragon Ball Z and just find a fan site or whatever. I didn't understand the internet back then, but I started finding like all of these people talking about future events, like Trunks and Vegeta and Bulma getting married. These were mind blowing, colossal events for me to learn about from the internet before Dragon Ball Z had them happen in the show. This is me learning what spoilers were without knowing the word spoiler. Oh, and Super Saiyan. Yeah. These are all things I learned about. So I used to go to school every day after reading about these things, and I tell all my friends like, "Yeah, so Goku at some point is gonna turn Super Saiyan," and everyone be like, "What's Super Saiyan, Riz?" Well, Super Saiyan is when Goku gets blonde hair and green eyes, and everyone looks at me like I'm crazy.
But then it
And
happens.
and then literally it happened, and this kid in my class actually went and found my phone number and called my house to talk to me and ask me how I knew.
Bro, I remember the biggest spoiler for me was I was reading through a magazine. It was in like maybe 2000, 2001 or something.
Yeah.
There's Vegito. There's just a picture of Vegito. I was like, who is that? Who is this? Another Saiyan? I don't know.
Oh, imagine my confusion as a fifth grader or sixth grader trying to understand why somebody would willingly name their daughter Bra.
Yeah.
I could not understand that for the life of me.
I remember I
I'll be
was reading through another magazine and I saw it looked like Goku. He had red fur on his body and this spiky black hair. I was like, what is this? Super Saiyan 4. But this was
and
way before Super GT aired here in America, so I was like, what is this? What is happening?
things happen, dude. And I mean, I understood that, they named the entire family after like undergarments, but at the same time, I didn't understand why until years later. And the reason I learned later is Japan's just weird with this kind of stuff.
Japan is a special place.
Yeah,
I think every Dragon Ball name is a pun of some kind.
it is. Um, like you got Gohan, Goku. I think those are like kinds of rice or something.
Kakarot, carrot.
Yeah, that's a vegetable. Yeah,
All Saiyans are
Raditz is radish.
Broly, broccoli.
Turles is turnips, I believe.
Yes, yes. Nappa, I don't know that one.
Um, Napa wine, grapes, maybe.
I have to look into that one.
I'm stretching here for that one.
It wouldn't be wine because the gods are alcohol, like Beerus, Weiss. They're all alcohol.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, Napa is cabbage. Okay, that's interesting.
Nappa's cabbage, but there's a Saiyan named Kaba.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. It happens.
It does. But
Um,
if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you're probably going to watch this because you've been starved for anime content for the last 7 years.
oh, Napa is a variety of cabbage, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that
Thank
makes
you.
sense.
Yeah, because we haven't had this Dragon Ball anime since Super ended 7 years ago. And
Yeah,
we finally have one because we've had two movies since then, but we've had the ongoing manga, but no anime. It's kind of frustrating.
it is, but I'm glad we're getting something now. So that's pretty cool.
I don't. They have two full manga arcs. Why haven't they animated them yet?
I'm assuming they want to get enough out to do like another season.
Like, I mean, you have two full arcs that are now done.
Right, but also think about how many arcs they put out for Super at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, at most, I, I haven't read the arcs, I don't read the manga, but I'm gonna assume you could probably fill like, what, 20, 30 episodes with that, and that's not 100 and something.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the first saga when they come back is a Broly saga.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad if they did Broly as a saga.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see at the very least.
Well, they did it with Beerus and Golden Frieza. I don't want them to do it again. Because
You'll
we had
live.
those as movies, and let's make them sagas for our new show and make people not want to watch what they've already seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stupid. Bro, you don't understand how mad I was when the first two sagas were Battle of Gods and Resurrection F again.
Dude, I was there with you watching it, remember?
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're going to start wrapping up here because we're going to go in circles talking about random stuff at this point.
Yep, but I suggest giving it a watch. If you prefer an English dub, just wait till next week. It'll be on Netflix.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening to this impromptu live stream review of Dragon Ball Daima episode 1.
I don't
And
know how we got here, but
we did.
Alright.
And definitely check out our Anime Declassified podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. We're going to repackage this live stream into a podcast and put it up there probably in the next couple of days. So, yeah, we're going to try and do weekly reviews on Dragon Ball Daima, but we're not going to promise it'll be weekly. We'll probably see how the plot looks and if there's enough content to do a podcast that week.
Also, buy Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Just do it.
Yeah, what he said. He is officially the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero rep.
Yeah, that's literally been my life since like Tuesday.
But yeah, we are Frankie and Rizwan from Anime Declassified as part of AnimeSecrets.org. And thanks for everyone who's tuned in, and we'll see y'all soon. Have a good night, all.